Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 59. Ripple transfers 31 million XRP. Will Binance shut down in 12 months? And is there a plot against Ethereum? Now, guys, sorry if I started a little bit late. I'm having problems with the streaming software. At first, the music was not playing in the background, and then right now something's off with the with the screen. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to set this up properly. Anyways, yeah. Again, thank you for tuning in on Sunday. I hope you all had a great weekend. If you are working, yeah. I hope you had a good day at work. And if you're just free, then I hope you had a great weekend and you enjoyed it and you rested up for Monday, starting the week. Now, guys, if you're catching this stream live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a suggestion in the description, in the comments below, right? Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. We're live every night at 9 p.m. Central. Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us, once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. On to the news, right? I found this article. It's not a very good article. I mean, news were very lacking today, right? I found it hard to find good articles that were worth covering. So, anyways, we'll make do with what I have. I mean, this article basically it talks about the market for alts, right? It's on live support this weekend after crashing to 6-month lows on Thursday. The casualty of a sudden correction on the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, we kind of talked about that, right? We said we dumped because Bitcoin dumped. So again, nothing new there. I wouldn't say it's on live support. This is obviously trying to see some FUD. However, altcoins have since recovered from their lows, but remain at the price of another violent drop. A move that could usher a new crypto winter with devastating consequences. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because one of our followers, Benny, said that it looked like we were in another crypto winter, and I actually wanted to ask the question: do you guys believe that the new crypto winter is coming? Right? So let me know if on the comments, either live or after watch, if you believe that the crypto winter is coming. Right? Other than that, it just does some quick analysis on prices, and that's about it. So again, not really interested on this article so much for the content, mainly for the question that it poses. Right? Yeah. So let's go and look at the crypto sphere and see what is going on, right? So market cap on the daily, right? Yesterday we had a red day, losing 2.07% off market cap. Right now losing 0.41. Again, the day just started 2 hours ago, so not much worried yet. We are at levels that we were at on basically the 27th, which was Friday, right? So again, that was the opening on Friday. More or less, we're sitting at that level. So not too worried yet. Basically what we did on the weekend, we kind of undid right now. So yesterday, the closing was $206.36 billion. Right now, sitting at $205.49 billion. That's it, right? Let's go to Bitcoin dominance. What is Bitcoin dominance doing? Well, yesterday it dropped a little bit, basically on doing whatever small gains it had yesterday. Losing 0.01%. Actually, the thing is, up here says plus, right? But it shows red. So, okay, we'll say we... and you can see that the opening is 70.08 and the closing is 70.06. So, obviously, we dropped. For some reason, it's saying plus instead of minus. I think the graph is wrong. But anyway, so closing at 70.06% off market dominance right now. Going down 0.04%, sitting at 70.03% off market dominance. Let's go look at Bitcoin and find out what is going on, right? This article is not 100% there as well. It's just some claims that it makes. Bitcoin and crypto markets chaos this week has caused panic among traders and investors who have been nervously waiting for a sudden move for months. Well, I don't believe that because we were talking about it. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was expecting a move to the upside or downside because there was indecision. A lot of people saying that the sentiment was a little bit bearish and that we could have gone down. And I don't believe a lot of people were surprised or panicked, right? I believe the article is wrong somehow, right? And we were here and we were reporting on it and we were chill AF. So if you guys were looking at the news with us when we were doing the analysis, you noticed that we were not panicking. So again, I'm not sure who was panicking or where they get their data from, but here we weren't panicking. That's a fact, and you can go look at the stream, right? Anyways, it doesn't go to say that now Bitcoin's technical data looks bleak, and Bitcoin bulls advise traders to buy Bitcoin at every chance. Sorry, an ambulance is going by. Anyway, saying that, yeah, buy Bitcoin at every chance they get. The market looks as confused as ever. Well, we did seem to agree that there is some confusion. People don't know where the market's going to go. We saw some stagnation on price, basically moving sideways throughout the weekend. We still have to determine where we're going to go. We believe that we might get indications today. Asia is coming online. Basically, right now it's online. So we are probably going to start to see the beginnings of how the day is going to look in the next couple of hours. Anyways, it also talks about the Global Strength Indicator, or GTI, which measures upward and downward movements of successive Bitcoin closing prices. It shows that Bitcoin isn't yet oversold, potentially pointing to further declines. It was first reported by Bloomberg. We do look at the RSI, not the GTI, Global Strength Indicator. And on the RSI, we do find that we are oversold. We'll look at that once we get to the Bitcoin chart. Again, I'm not 100% in agreement with this article. I do believe that the sentiment is still bearish and that we might see a drop. We talked about it. We talked about potential targets that we can hit with that drop. And then when we could potentially see a buy signal, right? But again, that's it for this article. Not very, in my opinion, it's just speculation and FUD stating, right? That other than that, it doesn't help. Now, this other article goes into price analysis. Again, we don't cover other people's analysis, but I like the title because it says Bitcoin price crashes are nothing new, so chill out. And they are right. That's why we are all calm in this channel, right? We report the news, and we are not like going nuts trying to figure out what's going on. We know what's going on with the market. We were expecting the moves. We are chill. We are used to seeing 10% drops on the crypto sphere and also 10% rises, right? So they are not out of the ordinary. Higher 15, 17% are a little bit more weird. But Bitcoin ended up dropping 12%, and that is fine, right? I mean, it is a correction. It is a pullback. It is a movement that everyone was waiting to see. We talked about it the days before the drop. We were saying, look, man, Bitcoin's position is not looking very strong, man. We have not been able to go up and touch that upper part of the triangle in a while. We are just looking very weak. We are going to probably touch the bottom again and then break it. And yeah, we did that, right? So again, the rest of the article goes into like some price analysis, like talking about price levels, etc. That's why I don't like it, and we don't cover other people's analysis. So I just like the title on it. I just want to like use it to illustrate a point, right? Chill. We might drop again. You know, we know where we can go. So again, just chill out. If you have your stop losses set, then you know where your trades are gonna exit, right? You just have to make sure that they actually go through, right? That the market doesn't drop so fast that your stop loss is not actioned, and then you are basically floating there believing that your stop loss triggered, right? So, you know, just make sure it triggers. If not, exit below the point that you set up your stop loss so that you mitigate your losses, right? Let's go look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Well, yesterday you can see that we dropped some on price, and right now we're dropping some on price. Basically, we were sitting a little bit higher a couple minutes ago, basically touching prices on Friday again. Right now we're a little bit below Friday's prices. Yesterday dropped 2.01%. Right now it's dropping like 0.53%, sitting at $8,009 and 65 cents. Are we too worried? Well, we are hitting some sort of support at 8,000. Again, that is a psychological support. We actually dropped today to 7,938, and we bounced off it. We'll see when we get into the more micro data. Now, we are sitting below that 20 MA with volatility open on the Bollinger Band, so we could expect wild movements to happen, either upside or downside still. And we are still making negative momentum, but less negative momentum, right? We are decreasing that negative momentum and sitting still oversold on the RSI at 22. Again, stuff that we are seeing, right? And it's not yet fully developed, right? But off the bat, I can tell you this, right? It's going to be very slight, and this has not closed. So again, it can potentially not play out. I'll just indicate it right now, right? From here to here, we're going lower. and you know, we're actually dropping a little bit lower too. So nothing there, man. What I was wondering is if we go up here on the RSI, we managed to like get it a little bit higher, right? So from here, let's say, to here. Man, snap. I'm having troubles with this. That's not the anchor that I wanted to use either, man. 1 second. There we go. From this candle to this candle, we are a little bit lower right now, right? Which would put us at this point here on the RSI, right? Again, we are slightly lower. Again, we could still go lower, right? So long as we don't go neutral. If we go neutral, we still make bullish divergence. But if we go here or lower than that, right, from a straight line to below, we will be making bullish divergence, sorry, right? Because depends on how much we drop here, right? We could negate it. But if we close like we are right now, we would be making sort of a bullish divergence, right? And which could potentially see us to price action to the upside again. We could also see it from here to here, right? It's going lower. So again, just keep in mind, it's still developing. It could get negated. However, I'm just pointing it out. And like I said, dude, it's easier to go back and in retrospect call things out. Right now, when things are developing, you can have a lot of areas for mistakes, right? Because they have not finished developing. However, looking at them and calling them out and, you know, making sure that you know that they could potentially develop, and then you can see some price action to the upside, is just something that you have to have on your mind, right? Like looking at stuff as it is happening. Anyways, let's go into the 4 hours and figure out what is going on a more micro scale. So on a more micro scale, right? We're getting more tightening of the Bollinger Bands, right? Sitting below at 20 MA, failing to break above it, right? Facing rejection basically at 3 a.m. And then since then we kind of went up and touched it again and rejected it. Now this bar I think I drew on a more micro scale, like the 1 hour, I think, and we'll check it out once I get to the 1 hour. But right now, from here to here, we're actually going lower in price. We're actually making less positive momentum. So again, it makes sense. We're going with the market. And same thing for the RSI, right? Dropping and going less relative strength. So again, it also makes sense. Not much going on in the 4 hours that we can trace. So what I can call is, or just say, is that we're sitting at 35 on the RSI, which is on that sold, not at the oversold, but sold area, and still stagnating on that positive momentum, right? And like I said, volatility closing on the Bollinger Bands. Now let's go into the 1 hour and figure it out. On the 1 hour, yes, I traced this, right? We were making hidden bearish divergence, right? And here we were making here to here, right? A lower low than the previous low on the MACD as well, and on the RSI as well, right? So we're having converging, which makes it bullish divergence, price action to the upside. We did get it. It was a small pop that we got. However, that small pop was creating, this is slightly higher, right? It won't look here in the chart, but this is slightly higher. This is 6.5, and this is like 5.76, right? So it's very slightly higher. Right? It's higher, but it doesn't look like that on the chart. It looks very straight in the line, if I put it like this, right? So again, I just wanted to exaggerate it a little bit so you know it's higher. Again, both lines converging on the top of the price and the oscillator, making hidden bearish divergence. So we are right now running to the downside, price continuation, right? So we are within this downtrend still. That's what is happening. Again, we are about to, we're losing positive momentum. We might get some negative momentum and then drop a little bit more. We are sitting neutral on the RSI at 43.40, yeah, 43.40, which is on that neutral zone, right? So Bitcoin still don't know where it's going to go. Slightly, if you want to channel this, right, you could, and it would be a slightly downsloping channel. I'll be from here to here and then here. We can probably drag it back, right, and get more touch points on the back and ignore this wick, right? If we ignore that wick, we have some touch points on the bottom, a couple of them, right? And we could potentially adjust, right? We could do it the other way to get better touch points, probably. So from here to here, right, and then up to here, right? Getting some support and resistance at that mid part of the channel, which we would expect to see for it to be a valid channel. So again, setting below at 20 MA. Moving downwards still, right? Rejecting that mid part of the more larger channel that we were in. We talked about that yesterday. which is not a very bullish signal, right? Anyways, we right now are sitting between the 8,400 old support, which is now resistance. We confirmed it as resistance, and we still have that support at over here, like 7,541 or somewhere around that area. I have this line here traced, 7,531. There we go. So again, we are within this floating within this price range right now. Again, still undecided as to whether or not we're going to keep on dropping. If we go onto the other chart, we'll see that we are still within that 25% and 50% mark. Ignore this fibs. This was for something else. So again, we'll get rid of this. Had them up. However, over here, we're playing around with that idea of a, okay, so we broke out of this. What are we doing? We could potentially be doing a falling wedge. Could it play out? Yeah, maybe. You know, maybe not. This is not a drop. This is a measure move, right? We broke out of this structure, right? This triangle. We had a measure move that we have to hit. We touched here and we used it to anchor this down sloping line from this up sloping line as well. You know, part of the triangle and part of this line, making it like a falling wedge that we could be in. So again, we can still drop to the 61.8% of the way from that high to that low, and then you know, which would be at, let me go into a more micro scale, the daily, which would be around 7,238, right? So again, we could just keep on dropping slowly, touch it, and then bounce off it. We can still come drop and touch this the 786, which would be 5,417, which is more or less close to where we have the end of that measure move, right? So again, we could potentially do that. Let's go on to Ethereum, right? This article for Ethereum is pretty good. I do like it. The article starts off by making a bold statement stating that Ethereum developers and miners are embroiled in a bitter feud involving accusations of deceit, forgery, and harassment. At the heart of the dispute is an allegation that Nvidia, a major maker of specialized processing chips, is trying to undermine the world's second largest blockchain platform. Now, critics say that Nvidia has surreptitiously influenced the development of Prog POW, a proposed upgrade to the Ethereum network that could increase demand for cheap GPU mining hardware over specialized ICS or ASICs cards, right? Now, the accuser said that the Prog POW algorithm is custom built for Nvidia's own GPUs, meaning if the upgrades passes, the hardware giant will become the go-to distributor for Ethereum miners. Nvidia declined to comment. Core Scientific and CoinGeek, however, denied the claims fully, while Prog POW's architect, 27-year-old Christy Lay, dismissed the accusations as ludicrous and conspiracy theories. Now, Ethereum miners using expensive hardware race to be the first to validate transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. The victor, generates a new load of cryptocurrency, like in this case Ethereum, which will be sold for cash, right? Originally, these operations were small time. Miners revved up cheap general processing units or GPUs in the rooms, generating a dribble of the steady income. But over the past few years, expensive specialized applications, specific integrated circuits or ASIC rigs, have turned to dominate Ethereum mining, which relies on an old hashing algorithm known as ETH-hash, right? Or ETH-hash. However, I do believe that, they started to come out with these more expensive so that people like that have GPUs or the manufacturers of GPUs could like take advantage of the miners, right? So anyways, because they could have kept on doing them with the cheaper with the cheaper rigs, right? Because they are trying to get to that point again. Anyways, the result is that GPU miners who run cheaper hardware would be squeezed out of by the large corporate mining farms that can't afford these ASICs. Now, the Ethereum improvement proposal, known as Prog POW, is supposed to change this and level the playing field, as well as decentralize the network away from the largely China-based ASICs operation. Now, the article goes much more into detail. However, I do believe that these are the relevant parts. If you are interested in reading the full article, the link is in the description as always, so you can go and check it out once the stream is done. One second, guys, I want to check something out real quick. It's not letting me click it. So we are sitting at 97 subscribers, guys. Thank you all for liking and subscribing this. I want to check that out real quick because I believe we might break 100 soon. So I'm very happy for that, right? Anyways, if you're watching live, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. let us know that you are here. Let's go look at Ethereum, right? Figure out what is Ethereum doing. So Ethereum on the daily. Yesterday, negative price action, right? Losing market dominance 0.54%. Right now, gaining 0.35% of market dominance, sitting at 8.89. Below that 9 again, but certainly above the 8, and we want to be above 8, right? We want to go higher on dominance, so we are basically better prepared against the movements from Bitcoin. And what is Ethereum doing? Well, Ethereum is sitting at 0 right now. It's not making any gains from yesterday, right? But yesterday it took a small dip. That is fine. Friday it looked like a champ, right? It broke that channel yesterday, kind of tested that channel again. Probably broke into it and broke out of it. We'll look at that once we get to the more micro scales. Anyways, that negative momentum that we were building, right? Starting to decrease, right? Stagnation. And sitting low on the RSI at 38, certainly sold on that scale, right? And this is 3.75, 3.70, slightly lower. We are actually higher on that low, although I don't like it very much. That it's taking this much negative momentum for this price drop. Anyways, that's it. Right? It's looking. We could have made potential hidden bullish divergence if this was a little bit lower, you know, because we were going higher on that low and making lower levels of negative momentum. So again, would have been better. But right now we're not doing anything. We're just going with the market on that daily, right? Let's go look at the 4 hours and see what's going on. On the 4 hours, well, yeah, we came here. We actually bounced off this top part of the previous channel, confirming as a valid breakout. And now, stuff that we could do, and we could certainly do it, right? We could go from here to here, and then go here, right, and create another channel that we could say that we are upsloping. It would seem to make sense. We do have some support on that mid part, and then, yeah, some resistance once or twice. But again, right now, let's leave it as it is. It will keep it a little bit cleaner. We're sitting below that 20 MA, right? Facing it as resistance right now. Contraction still developing on the Bollinger Bands. Still making positive momentum, but, you know, very small levels of positive momentum. From here to here, it's higher to low. So again, we're not making any divergence on the momentum, and we're not making any divergence on the RSI. Sitting at 44 on the RSI, which puts us on that neutral zone. Again, positive momentum started to decrease, and volatility contracting on the Bollingers, right? Let's go into the 1 hour. Sitting above that 20 MA, which is good. That positive momentum starting to decrease, very short-lived. And we are sitting at 48 on the RSI, which is on that neutral zone. Stuff I can see quickly, right? Low, higher low, less negative momentum, so nothing here. Developing that would sharply state that we're going to have, or we're going to develop bullish divergence, right? This is lower than this again. Nothing there as well. Are we doing something on the upside? Nope, this is higher in here, so again, nothing yet developing. Did we develop something on the MACD, maybe? Sorry, on the RSI? Nope, and then nope, right? So again, we're just going with the market again, regular movements, not developing divergence right now, or yeah, not developing divergence or bullish or bearish right now. Let's go into Ripple. What is happening with Ripple? Well Alert reported that Ripple just transferred 31 million XRP to the over-the-counter distribution wallets before the closing of the third quarter, right? Third quarter closing tomorrow. Now, those 31 million XRP are about 7.4 million. It is said that Ripple Foundation has sold the XRP to various enterprises, institutions, and crypto exchanges using the over-the-counter distribution wallet. However, I would like to know who they're selling this to, right? Which project is going to be benefited from this XRP? I do believe it's a valid question because they're going to put it in the market, right? So who's going to be benefited? Who's going to be the end receiver of these funds, right? If it goes to an exchange, probably to create more liquidity. If it goes to someone else, we'll have to figure it out. Anyways, let's go on to Ripple. Ripple on the daily for dominance. What is happening with Ripple? Sitting above that 20 MA, that positive momentum still decreasing, right? Sitting high on the RSI at on bought but not overbought, right? Oh, wait, this is dominance. We don't analyze dominance. Yesterday made a positive day on dominance, 1.40%. Right now, still making a positive day, 0.13%. Sitting above 5% finally. That is good, man. We want Ripple to dominate more so we can be stronger against price movements, right? Anyways, what is happening with the price of Ripple? Yesterday, price of Ripple decreasing twice in a row, touching that bottom part of the channel. I'm not sure yet if we've broken out of it. We have to look at it in a more micro scale. Making less negative momentum, which is good, and sitting low on the RSI at 38.75. Again, that is on that sold but not oversold, right? So let's go look at the more micro scale. The 4 hours. What is happening on the 4 hours? We're having some contraction on the Bollinger Band still, sitting above that 20 MA, making that negative move to the downside. Apparently breaking out of the channel, sorta, but still within. So again, this could have been a fake breakout, but we could always adjust, right? Because here on the daily, it looks like on the top part we are off. We're not touching anything. So again, on the 1 hour, sorry, on the 4 hours, on the 1 hour, we're probably touching some points, right? What is going on with this, dude? Stuff I see real quick. Where are we making it? No, this is higher definitely than this. So again, no bearish divergence. Maybe from here, which would be this one to this other one, right? The top parts, they are more or less even, right? So this could be a straight line here to here, and that would see us go from here to here, right? Slightly low. So again, we would be making a bearish divergence, right? Like a medium bearish divergence. So class 2. Yeah. Hey Benny, what's up, man? What did crypto? I expected a 10% drop. Worst case for most alts. Praying for a rise. Yeah, bro. Thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah, bro. It's a sad day, man. We just moved sideways more or less. Anyways, on Ripple, right? We had this bearish divergence. Price action to the downside. We did get it, right? Slightly going down. Again, if you want to see a little bit higher point, you could take this one and still go here and still be going down sloping. So again, bearish divergence. Price action to the downside, we did get it. Not making any bullish divergence right now. This is definitely lower than this. No, not this one though. Oh man, we are. So this is low and we're going lower, right? It's very slight. And this is low and we're going higher. So we would be making bullish divergence on the RSI against the price action, right? So again, price action to the upside, we are getting it. However, it seems to be short-lived. I'm not sure why we're bouncing off. We're not rejecting anything here. So again, maybe we have created some sort of I doubt it, but maybe we created some sort of resistance around this area right now, but I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that, right? Anyways, let's go into the 1 hour, man. Only 1 hour, sitting above that 20 MA. Positive momentum still decreasing and sitting at 51 on the RSI, which is very neutral, right? Again, what is happening on the oscillators, right? From here to here, we're going lower on the momentum, right? Negative momentum, larger negative momentum. So again, nothing bullish on this bottom part. And on the top part, we would have, you know, hidden bearish divergence, right? We're making more negative more positive momentum, and we're making a lower high, right? So again, price continuation, that's probably why we're pumping to the downside. However, right now we are kind of bouncing up a little bit, facing some resistance around the 23-24 cent mark. So again, have to wait and figure out where the market wants to go. Bitcoin, basically everyone's waiting on Bitcoin to do something. So yeah, like I said, that's it for Ripple. No news for Litecoin. What a surprise. So let's just go look at Litecoin again, because, you know, as always, the news are lacking. Yesterday we did have an article and that was amazing, but other than that, it just seems like there's not much going on, right? Litecoin dominance yesterday losing some dominance, 0.86%. Right now gaining dominance, 0.53. Sitting at 1.66 off market cap. What is the price doing? Sitting at $53.91. Still within this channel. We have not been able to do much. I'll just trace this a little bit better again. Or something like this. We'll fine tune it into the shorter scales. That negative momentum still decreasing, sitting low on the RSI at 28.58, which is certainly oversold. Again, lots of room to run to the upside. Should this coin want to do it, it seems to be primed for it, right? On the 4 hours, we have not made another negative momentum island, so that we're not making any bullish divergence right now. Are we making any bearish divergence? Well, this is certainly going lower every time, and we're making less positive momentum. So again, nothing going on there. On the RSI, let's see. From here, well, this would be the low, right? And then, maybe, right? No, it's actually lower here. So again, lower and higher. So we would be making some sort of so from here to here, we'll be slightly inclining, right? And then from here to here again, definitely going up. You can see it sharply here on the RSI. So that would make bullish divergence, right? Strong bullish divergence. So price action to the upside. We got this small pop again, rejection from that mid part of the channel apparently. So not much we can do there, right? Let's go into a more micro scale, the 1 hour. Sitting above that 20 MA, but struggling. Indecision going on, right? Pump to the upside, reversal, pump to the upside, full reversal again. So let's figure out what else is going on, right? That positive momentum started to die out, sitting low at 46 on the RSI, which puts us on that medium zone. Litecoin still up 100%, 50% on the year. It could drop. Imagine $20 Litecoin again. Yeah, $20 Litecoin would certainly be a good price to get in again, right? However, this project I'm not so inclined for, dude. It just doesn't like do anything for me, right? Litecoin is just one of like it could exist, it could not exist, and for me it will be the same. I don't hold any Litecoin, so again, I'm not really hyped for it. I mean, I will analyze it with the same intensity that I would analyze another coin. However, for me, it just does nothing. Whatever happens to this coin, right? Sorry if it offends someone, but that is the truth, man. What is going on here, man? Are we doing something? Well, low. Not a lower low, so not developing anything here on the bottom part. That would be bullish. On top, can it be bearish? Nope. Yeah, maybe. This island, right? This small island of positive momentum that we got would be from here to here. And price action would be here to here again. So again, we would be making hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. That's why we are still within this trend to downsloping, right? Not being able to do much right now. And like I said, sitting at neutral on the RSI and indecision going on, right? So just keep that one in mind. Let's go on to Binance. I do have an article. It's very speculative. It's very opinionated on Binance, dude, for sure. I'll actually cover it, but I'm not sure if people are gonna like it. It says the head of CoinGeek, Calvin Ayre, a Bitcoin SV supporter, said introducing the reward system from proof of stake coins was the latest move in Binance corruption chess game, one which sees Changpeng Zhao knowingly mislead traders and manipulate coin prices. That is a very, very bold statement. Man, you know, LT leeches on Bitcoin and Coinbase. With more options to buy into other projects, it may have lost that monopoly. Yeah. And like I said, man, Litecoin is just a faster version of Bitcoin. But right now, it's as expensive as Bitcoin sometimes to do stuff, right? Because it's the... Sorry, no. It's not as expensive, though. Sorry about that. I got confused with Ethereum real quick on the pricing for gas and transaction fees, right? But right now, like Litecoin, like I said, it's just a faster version. They just copy whatever Bitcoin doesn't apply to their network. They are not doing anything else, right? And they depend on the foundation and donations to get stuff done. So again, not very bullish, right? Ripple's not asking for donations, right? They have a CEO that is actually busting his butt off to get more contracts, to do more stuff. You know, that's what Charlie Lee should be doing, right? Developing more relationships and more use case adoption for his coin. But he just wants to depend on the goodwill of the people, and at some point in time, that's going to run out. People don't have infinite resources, right? Anyways, to keep on going with this article, this is a quote from Calvin, right? Not my words, but his words entirely, and I say it right as it is in the article. It says, CZ's entire business model is based on a speculative casino of tokens that have zero value. They manipulate the token prices to harvest all the traders who are sold messages to do the opposite of what the house needs for its scams. And there were articles that came out a couple weeks ago that said that, you know, Changpeng said people don't sell, don't short Binance, and then it just dropped, right? So again, it certainly could be pointing towards that, you know. But anyways, according to Ayre, the hammer is set to fall on Binance. It's illegal, and it will likely shut down in the next 12 months. I don't think so. It's one of the largest exchanges, and I don't think they're conning people, right? It's a very bold statement that this guy is making. Anyways, Ayre thinks Binance amounts to little more than a casino. All the tokens have had the same intrinsic value, zero. They make them seem to be worth different amounts and then dump them on traders. They're luring with a marketing, right? They're only pretending to make profit on trading margins. They're really buying and selling to innocents who do not know it's all rigged against them. Again, bold statements from Ayre, dude. Man, this article is very controversial, and I just chose it because I do want to have a discussion on the subject. So if you guys are watching and you want to like, say your comments, that's fine. Now, the only legitimate exchange business using this technology will be those trading of utility, security, commodity, and other types of tokens that are tied to real world value. And then also concerning all those that to fiat on and off ramps, right? So again, Binance is an on and off ramp to fiat right now because they are gonna do it with the US dollar. So I'm not sure this statement is very accurate. However, I do believe utilization does come into play. Binance does have some utility, right? Being an exchange token and getting better rates. Now, Binance is controlling its cutting people with its own bots, manipulating price. It's true. Yeah, I mean, like I said, dude. Maybe there's some truth to it. I don't believe it's 100% true. There is still people trading there. It's one of the largest exchanges. So again, this is where and this is still Irish words, right? This is where we will end up, right? Or we'll all end up. But it's a real shame. Many innocent people, scammers like Changpeng Zhao, are going to damage as we evolve in to this end game, right? So again, these are his words. I'm not 100% on this article, like I said. I do believe Binance does have some utility. There are tokens that have utility, right? Bitcoin store value, even though it started as a payment method. Right now, it's a store value. However, it ended up finding that use. That is fine. When it was created, it was with a certain thinking that it came to be. But right now, it has another use, right? Binance has been rumored to be faking volume. Yeah, like I said, rumors, right? We want facts, and we report on facts. So, I mean, this article, I'm not sure how speculative it is, how truth it is. Anyways, it depends, bro. I mean, I do guess Binance could be manipulating it. So could all the other exchanges, not just them. However, now that they are in the U.S., they are probably going to be closely watched. So they're probably not going to be able to get away with many things, right? At least not in their Binance US platform. Anyways, let's go look at Binance and figure out what it did. Binance on the daily. Binance yesterday losing dominance 1.38%, right now gaining 0.24, sitting at 1.15 off market cap. Again, that is fine. I mean, it has not done much. Price yesterday taking a drop, right? Anyways, right now I'm also taking a drop. Not too much though. Yesterday 3.43%, right now 0.47. Still within this downsloping channel that we traced, so nothing surprising there. We traced it a while back, and we just have been unable to break out. We have not even touched that mid part since that drop, right, on the 24th. So that negative momentum started to decrease, which is fine. And sitting low on the RSI at 24. Again, lots of room to run to the upside. What is going on with this on the 4 hours? On the 4 hours, we are within this contraction of the Bollinger Bands. You can see it's like a channel, almost sideways moving. Sitting below at 20 MA, facing some rejection on it since the 3 a.m. candle. So all day we have not been able to break above it. Still making positive price action, but stagnant, right? It looks very sideways right now. It looks like almost like a straight bar. Anyways, sitting low on the RSI at 37, which puts us on that sold scale. Again, lots of room to run to the upside. Are we making any bearish signs, right? Well, this is about the same low as this. And are we looking at similar heights? Yeah, we are, right? This would be 0.834, and this would be 0.94, a little bit higher. If you wanted to do something on the bottom part, it would be very slight, right? I wouldn't be calling it. Sorry, it's not that one. It's this one. So it's here to here, and then you will be going like here to here, right? So a little bit low. It looks almost straight, but it would be technically bullish divergence, price action to the upside. That's probably why we saw this small pump. It's not very strong though, and that's expected from the type of bullish divergence that we developed. Were we making it on the RSI, right? We were making it on the RSI, right? Because here you can see definitely we are going much more into the price, right? Even if we take this one, right, which would be that red candle, and we're going body to body, not wick to wick. And you go body to body, that would be a straight line. Again, same bottoms, so on prices. There we go. So you'll be making that bullish divergence. That's why we popped up, like I said, but it's not very strong because the sentiment in the market overall is still bearish. So again, that plays a lot. People are more careful, and the bullish signs don't play as strong when we are on a bear trend, and certainly does not help that the sentiment overall is bearish. Again, let's go into the 1 hour. Forgot to put the music back on, man. Snap! I always forget that. What is going on? Well, we are sitting below at 20 MA. briefly broke above it, but you know, we reversed it. So again, you can say that we have been sitting below that since yesterday at 11, right? So anyways, what is going on here? Are we making something? Well, we're going lower, and we're going lower here, so definitely no bullish divergence, right, on from this island to this island. Are we making something on the other side? Yes, we are. Hidden bearish divergence, right? You're going lower on price, but you're going higher on that positive momentum. Again, price continuation, that would indicate that we will still drop a little bit, right? Slightly, because we are seeing still this incline. So again, not much going on there. Get rid of this stuff. Are we doing something here? Well, kind of, sort of, but not really, right? Anyways, what is going on with this? I want to extend this channel, get those contact points that I was talking about. So 1, 2 in the top, 1 in the bottom. We touched that mid part of the channel, bounce off it. So right now we're rejecting that 20 MA. We're probably going to come down and touch this mid part of the channel again before we run. And that's going to be it for Binance, dude. I want to look at something on Bitcoin. I think I forgot to do something here. I feel like I forgot to do something, right? No, we trade this channel. We're talking about divergences. That's fine. Then it wasn't Ethereum. I said I was going to adjust a channel in one of these ones, and I forgot. It was this one. So it would be that point, right? And then here it would be... snap. What would be this point? Yeah, this low. There we go. Anyways, it was a little bit off when I made this a little bit larger on the scale, right? So we bounced off the channel. We kind of broke into it, but it was like a fake break in with a bounce back out of it real quick. Anyways, 6 people tuned in, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Again, we are here to answer all the questions that you have. I want to go look at Seller Benny. I know you want that coin analyzed when you are here, so definitely going to go look and check that one out. Sorry for that movement real quick on the camera, on the screen, sorry. I'm trying to figure out something real quick. We are still sitting at 97 subs, dude. We are sitting at 97 subs, so close to 100. I'm really happy. I do believe we might get 3 subscribers tomorrow, and then we can do 60 days, 100 subs. That's 50 each month, and I'm happy with that right now, right? Anyways, target for tomorrow, 100 subs. Let's see if we get it. Let's go look at Seller. Just gotta remember where I have Seller. Seller, here it is. Seller, let's go on the daily. What happened today? Well, not much, man. We're still within this channel, sorta, kind of breaking it. I'm not sure if we're breaking it or not. We'll basically adjust this once we go to the smaller scales, but we're still making negative momentum, not signs of decrease like with the other coins. Sitting low on the RSI at oversold, right, at 27. Things that I can't see real quick. We're actually lower here, right, and we're making more negative momentum. So again, no, yeah, we could, right. We probably, if I go from here to here, right, which would be the low that we're at, not confirmed low yet because we can still go lower. And I go from, what would it be here? 28.39 and 27. It's slightly lower, man. But you could, I mean, it's a technicality, but it could be slightly lower, right? So I'm going to put this at the point where we are at. So again, there we go. We'll be there. Again, it might not play out because this is technically lower. But if it was to play out something to the upside, that could potentially be some bullish divergence developing on the RSI. But again, like I said, probably not, right? Because this is technically a little bit lower, and we are still developing this bar. So just keep that in mind with Seller. Anyways, let's go into the 4-hour. Sitting below 20 MA, facing some resistance. Also on that top part of the channel that we traced, not moved it. We just made it a little bit larger. Again, that's it. So positive momentum starting to decrease, and sitting low on the RSI at 36, which puts us on that sold scale. But not much going on, right? Still more contraction of the Bollinger Band. That's it. 1 hour. Man, we had a nasty drop this hour. Why? Nothing I can see on the top part. This is higher than this. Again, less positive momentum, so we would be congruent. Stuff developing here, right? Again, this is the chart that gets weird, I think. There was a chart that had gappage on the hours, and I didn't like it. So, right, really quick, right? So, from here to here, has not finished developing this candle. So anywhere that is below this midpoint right to here, and anything that is above this point, right? So right now it will be here. So and this will be here. Where is this? Let me touch this. Anyways, here we would be making bullish divergence, right? So price action to the upside potentially. However, this can still drop a little bit more, and this will be neutral, which would be a weak bullish divergence. And then if we just go anywhere below that, we would negate it, right? But again, I'm just gonna leave it straight out so you can see it. If we touch it and then we bounce off it or something, you know, we will be fine. We will be making that divergence, or anything above that line would be divergence. And then same here, right? If this retraces anywhere that touches this, and this is still higher, it would be technically bullish divergence. So if it touches the line, it negates it, and then anything above that line will be making bullish divergence. So again, price action to the upside. That would be it for seller. What else, dude? It's kind of a slow day, man. There weren't that many news. There's not a lot of people in the stream, just 4 people tuned in. I know 3 of those who they are, maybe 4. If Benny, if you're still here, you're definitely that 4th person. So if there's no questions, I think this is going to be a very quick stream. It's Sunday. And, you know, let me know if you want to look at something else. So if you're here, you're watching, and you want to look at something, I'll be more than happy to look at it. But other than that, I'll just probably call it a day for today. And we can keep on discussing Binance if you want. I brought that article up to like actually have a discussion on the topic. So if you're still here and you want to keep on talking about Binance, we can certainly talk about it, right? Yeah. So I guess I'm not sure how much delay I have, so I think we're gonna call it a stream, man. 5 people tuned in. Awesome. Well, we just had a 5th viewer coming online. I'm not sure who it is, but again, if anyone wants to look at any coin in particular, just let me know, or we can keep on discussing that Binance article or any other article that we talked about today, right? So let me know, and if not, if we don't have any requests, we're just gonna call it quits. That 5th person dropped, so that's it. Today I am burned out, literally. I want to get some rest. It's Sunday. The news today wasn't very exciting at all for crypto in general. Again, we're touching that right now. We are actually making that. We're actually dropping right now. We're negating it, right? So, anyways, if you were watching this, we are negating it. So again, I'm gonna get rid of this because we just kind of undid that bullish divergence that we were making. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to notify when we go live. Show this video to your friends if you believe that they can get into crypto. And that will be all for today. Thank you for watching, guys.